Welcome to the Heavy Spoilers Show. I'm your host Paul, aka Deadpool, and in this video we're breaking down Deadpool 3. Got a quick question for you, mate, yeah? What is your most anticipated comic book movie of 2024? Is it Madame Web? Is it Deadpool 3? Kraven? Or are you more of a Venom 3 man? Let me know below, and if you say anything other than Deadpool 3, then you're a complete scumbag. Absolute scumbag. Now that's because it's bringing back Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, and we also know from the footage on set that we're going to be getting lots of other X-Men characters showing up throughout. In this video, I'm going to be going through what I've heard on the film, what the general leaks are, and also the new Marvel news that we've had through the week. If you enjoy it, please hit the thumbs up button, and make sure you subscribe, because it's a nice thing to do, isn't it? I don't know. Anyway, without the wait, huge thank you for clicking this. Now let's get into Deadpool 3.
Hey Hugh, you want to play Wolverine one more time?
Yeah, sure, Ryan.
Okay, so last year we had lots of leaks from the set that showed Deadpool and Wolverine moving through the void. There they fought a Tyler-Main Sabretooth, Toad, and each other, and also ran into lots of artifacts from across the timeline. The footage from that requires a license, and with this just being a small video, I didn't want to splash out to get something that's just a very small talking point. You've seen it though, mate. You've seen the videos. I know what you get up to on the internet, and it's watching Deadpool 3 videos and doing something else, and it teases where things are going to go. Now, the build up to this has been discussed in a lot of leaks, and I've been corroborating stuff with sources to find out what elements are true. Huge shout out to Daniel RPK, who went through everything with me, and this was so we could nail this stuff down. Now, he said that Deadpool 3 is going to centre around the TVA, who've now come to realise they can't keep things in check. Last time we saw them, they were watching over Kang and had pretty much become a law enforcement agency solely guarding over him. All of the timelines were allowed to be free, and their mission was to stop him from ever starting up. Now from here, they apparently get word that the Kangs are gathering, which we of course saw during Quantum Mania. As we know, the majority of that movie took place after most of Loki Season 2, with it getting referenced in the ending time jump. This means that the Council are off doing their own thing, just as the season starts to close out. Now, Daniel said that he had heard there'd been some changes, and that Kang himself wasn't specifically referenced. He said that the general leaks are a bit off, and that they just say they need an army for the incoming war. He said that Kang isn't mentioned specifically, but obviously it kinda has to be him, doesn't it? Now, that takes us into what's going on with Kang, who, as we know, is now getting recast. Jonathan Majors has been fired from the role, and this comes in the wake of his recent trial. I'm not going to be getting into the weeds of that, but apparently Marvel have anticipated this happening for a while now. Those press releases, mate, they went out faster than Quicksilver, and within an hour of the verdict, he was gone in a flash. Faster than the Flash was gone, you could say, hey? Now, but he's out, and we've been wondering how that's going to affect things. Marvel have stated that they're going full steam ahead with Kang though, and that he will still be a major focus of the phase. Michael Waldron's now writing Secret Wars, and thus it very much seems like we're still building up to that. Earlier in the week, it was teased by Daniel that Colman Domingo is currently in the running. He said that nothing had been locked down, but Colman was currently one of the character frontrunners. I have to say, I think he'd be absolutely brilliant, and the guy's got the ability to easily do Kang. If you want to know his work, then check out Euphoria and also Fear the Walking Dead, because it's a bit underrated and he's very good in that. Now back to Deadpool, and what I've heard is that the TVA is creating a multiversal group of heroes that are from dying worlds that will help to fight the incoming threat. Mr. Paradox is apparently replacing Mobius, and there are rumours he's going to be played by Matthew McFadden. Mobius will apparently be back for an Avengers film down the line, but they're pretty much just leaving him out of this. This is something that was reported by My Time to Shine, who said that initially they were thinking of a cameo. In the end though, they just cut him out completely and plan to bring him back in a future film. Now I wonder if that's going to include Loki, as we've already had teasers that he's coming back soon. What if Season 2 ended with Peggy going to the World Tree, and as we know, that's what he created. It's where he is, and Tom Hiddleston also voiced him during the series, so the guy's not exactly giving up on him yet. Either way, it sounds like it's all connected. And if you want to support the channel, we're actually selling It's All Connected shirts right below the video. Help support videos like this get made, so huge thank you to everyone that's picked up on the both of you. Anyway, we'll apparently learn that Deadpool's from a dying timeline, and that he's not actually part of the main Fox universe. He'll have been off on his own, while the main timeline was the thrust of where the X-Men films happened. Now due to his messing with time in the second film, we learn this put him in the sights of the TVA. He'll be arrested and then locked up, which is when he hears about the incoming war. Now, from what I've heard about the film, the TVA will be trying to recruit Wolverine, and Deadpool basically wants to team up with him instead. This will lead to lots of multiversal shenanigans, which will then set up some of the upcoming films. Now, one of these could potentially be World War Hulk, which we're now starting to get lots of info on. It's been teased for a while that something is in the works, and Alex from My Cosmic Circus has said it could potentially release before the next Avengers film. He said it will be a Civil War level Avengers 4.5. I don't know what the guy sounds like, but he said it will be a Civil War level Avengers 4.5 film, uniting all the Avengers against the Savage Hulk and other Hulks. Now, just a disclaimer, Hulk's actually one of my favourite Marvel characters, and World War Hulk is one of his best books. I was a bit of an idiot, right, and I read that before reading Planet Hulk the first time round, but it completely works as its own standalone thing. It's basically just Hulk coming back to Earth, filled with rage over being betrayed, as in the comics, Hulk was shut off to Sakaar by the Illuminati.
The Illuminati?
The Illuminati, who thought they'd found a peaceful planet where he could be alone. Instead, it was the Gladiator nightmare that was Sakaar, and this is when he rose up and defeated the Emperor. The craft he was in exploded and killed his wife, and he flew back to Earth wanting revenge. Wrecking up shop, it would make such a cool movie, and I'd love to see what they do with the character. I think this would be a great way to bring a team together, because let's be honest, the Avengers films, they've been dragged out way too long at this point, and we definitely need a team up to help unite this phase. The Avengers movies at the end of every phase just pulled it all together, and I think stuff's felt directionless recently because we've not had that. Now, speaking of team-ups, we've also recently got the news that Yeun has dropped out of the Thunderbolts. Originally, he was going to play Sentry, but he's came out and released this statement. It took a lot of drafts on email to make sure that I conveyed the sincerity of how sorry I was to have to back out. He said he wants to still star in a Marvel movie, but unfortunately due to the strikes and scheduling conflicts, he had to skip this one. Marvel movies at the moment are getting constantly delayed, and if you want to stay working, I can imagine that it's frustrating. People are having to clear out their calendars for years, and yeah, I can totally see why people are having to drop out. Now, personally, I'd love seeing someone like Alan Ritchson in the role, as I think the guy not only looks the part, but his star's on the rise, and he's also brick shithouse. Could easily be in training shape pretty quickly, and I think if you've seen Reacher, then you'll know he can pull off a Superman-type role, which is what the Sentry is. Other than that, I'd love to see Marvel do a little 4D chess move and get someone like Henry Cavill in. Not sure if he'd do it because he'd obviously get typecast, but still, I think getting him in the MCU now he's a free agent would be a very inspired choice. Either way, that's some of my ideas, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on all the updates and stories below. Also, if you missed our podcast, Happy New Year, guys. I did say it at the start of that, but I realised making this, I haven't said it yet to you. So if you're watching this without watching that, Happy New Year. And you know what, even if you've seen it, have another Happy New Year as well. All the best for 2024, and huge thank you again for supporting us through 2023. Please drop a like on the video, and if you want to support the channel as a member of the Spoiler Society, then please click the join button. We get early access to videos every week, and it goes such a long way to helping us out. Now, if you want something else to watch, you got a breakdown of the What If Season 2 finale on screen right now, so definitely head over there right after this. Lots of things to talk about, lots of comic callbacks, so yeah, go check that out, and huge thank you for sitting through the video. By the way, I've been Paul, you've been the best, I'll see you next time, goodbye, Happy New Year!